Hello, Fitness is great. This is your history video for Wednesday, January the 27th. And you're going to be talking today, doing pages 143, 144, and you've got information about the Carthaginians, the Romans, and the three Punic Wars that they talk about in this section here. And so we'll go ahead and start reading there on page number 191. And it says, the growth of Rome. Rome's strength came from its military forces. Its soldiers were disciplined and well trained. The infantry was divided into legions. The soldiers in these units were called legionaries. Each legionary carried a short sword and a 6-foot javelin. In the early years of the Republic, Rome fought to conquer the entire Italian peninsula. First, Rome defeated other Latin cities and secured the central part of the peninsula. Then Rome conquered the Etruscans in the north and the Greeks in the south. By 265 BC, the peninsula was under Roman control. Unlike many conquerors, the Romans extended mercy to those they conquered. Rome offered Roman citizenship to the Greeks, the Latins, and the Etruscans as long as they did not rebel. Rome then turned its attention to regions in the west. Over the next 125 years, Rome battled Carthage for control over the Mediterranean Sea and the lands along the coast. Punici, it was the Roman word for Phoenicians. Punici is your secret word. The people of Carthage is who they were. The people of Phoenicia lived in an area that is now known as Lebanon, in addition to some land adjoining Syria and Israel. Phoenicians were a seafaring people. They built colonies by good harbors and on trade routes. Around 800 BC, the Phoenicians chose an area along the coast of North Africa to establish Carthage. The city became an important center for commerce on the western Mediterranean shore until it was defeated by Rome. The Greek historian Polybius described the differences between Carthage and Rome as follows. With respect to military science, the Carthaginians are more skillful than the Romans. The Romans, on the other hand, are far superior in all things that belong to the establishment and discipline of armies. The Carthaginians employ foreign mercenaries. The Roman armies are composed of citizens and of the people of the country. The Romans place all their confidence in their own bravery and in the assistance of their allies. From hence it happens that the Romans, although at first defeated, are always able to renew the war, and that the Carthaginian armies never are prepared without great difficulty. Add to this that the Romans, fighting for their country and their children, never suffer their ardor to be slackened, but persist with the same steady spirit till they become superior to their enemies. Even in actions upon the sea, the Romans, though inferior to the Carthaginians in naval knowledge and experience, very frequently obtain success through the mere bravery of their forces. The valor of the troops, that's their bravery, that are engaged is no less effectual to draw the victory to their side. All right, and so it talks here on the Roman roads on the right side there. The Rome is famous for the system of roads it built. The roads connected the lands of Rome and had conquered, and in the span of 500 years, Rome constructed over 50,000 miles of road. The main purpose for these roads was for the armies to travel all of Rome's provinces. Traveling to and from Rome became fast and easy. The roads were durable. They were built in layers of sand, gravel, and concrete. The word street comes from the Latin word strata, which means paved road. The Roman roads played a key part in Rome's trade and influence. Slaves, money, grain, and precious metals were taken into Rome as tribute. Many goods were taken along the Roman roads to other lands. The roads made it easier for people to travel and to exchange philosophies and ideas. Rome used and improved the inventions and discoveries of other peoples. Cultures from the east and west blended and changed. In 312 BC, construction began for the first and most famous Roman road, the Appian Way. This long road began in Rome and ended in the southern part of the Italian peninsula. On his journey to Rome, Apostle Paul traveled to the Forum of Appius and the Three Inns, two locations on the Appian Way. Early Christians used the Roman roads to carry the gospel throughout the empire. Another reason about God's timing of allowing Rome to be in the charge at this time was, it says at the time, the perfect time when Jesus came, Roman roads made it so that the gospel could be spread around the world much more easily. So now we get to the First Punic War in 264 to 241 BC. It says both Rome and Carthage wanted control of Sicily, the largest island in the Mediterranean Sea. Sicily's central location, warm climate, fertile land, and fresh water made the island appealing to both cities. Carthage had already colonized Sicily. The Romans feared that the Carthaginians would become stronger and hinder Roman trade in the Mediterranean Sea. The Romans also feared that the Carthaginians might attack the southern region of the Italian peninsula. To gain control of Sicily, the Romans needed a way to defeat the powerful Carthaginian army. Up to that time, naval battles were won by ramming and sinking enemy ships. The Romans developed an effective strategy. They designed a ship that dropped a plank with a spiked tip. The plank could attach to an enemy ship, allowing Roman soldiers to board and capture the enemy. With these newly designed ships, Rome was victorious over the Carthaginian navy. The two sides formed a peace settlement. Rome gained control of Sicily, and Carthage was forced to pay for Roman losses. Second Punic War from 218. So this is another 27 years after, not 27 years, that would have been the end of it, but after the end of the First Punic War in 241, that would have been 23 years later, the Second Punic War. Second Punic War began when Carthage violated its treaty with Rome. While extending its borders in Spain, Carthage attacked a Spanish town that was a Roman ally. The Second Punic War is the most famous of all the three wars because of a man named Hannibal. He was a brilliant general of the Carthaginian army. He decided that, to defeat Rome, he would invade regions of the peninsula outside Rome. He hoped to win the support of the people in those regions. Their support would make it easier to defeat Rome. He gathered his army in Spain. To avoid having the Romans see him, he marched his soldiers across the rugged, snow-covered Alps. He hoped to surprise the Romans. Hannibal left Spain with about 40,000 men and a herd of war elephants. The cold weather made travel difficult for the elephants and the Carthaginian soldiers. Fierce mountain tribes attacked Hannibal's army. Most of the elephants and many of Hannibal's soldiers died in the snowy Alps. By the time Hannibal's army reached the Italian peninsula, it was much smaller in number than the Roman army. However, Hannibal's skill at planning strategies made up for the size of his army. He won battle after battle against the Romans, but he could not completely defeat them. One of Hannibal's strategies was to arrange his soldiers so that the front lines formed a semicircle or an arc. When the Romans attacked, the Carthaginian soldiers in the front of the arc retreated as the Romans followed them. This maneuver formed a U-shaped trap around the Romans. Using this method, Hannibal's army almost wiped out the Roman army. You see there about Hannibal. You can read that information on your own. But on to page number 194. It says here, the turning point of the war came when Rome sent an army to attack Carthage itself. The Roman army was led by the commander Scipio. Hannibal immediately rushed back to Carthage to protect his city. At the Battle of Zama, Scipio gained the victory. Carthage was forced to give up the territories outside Africa and pay for war damages. Then the Third Punic War, which was another 52 years later after the end of the second one. It says approximately 50 years after the Second Punic War, Carthage decided to fight one of Rome's allies. This action angered the Romans. As a result, Rome declared war on Carthage. After a 3-year siege, Rome captured and destroyed Carthage. The Romans sold the survivors into slavery and plowed salt into Carthage's soil to keep crops from growing. While fighting Carthage, Rome conquered other lands. It marched eastward and conquered what was left of Alexander the Great's empire. Then it conquered Greece, made an alliance with Egypt, and gained control over the eastern Mediterranean Sea. Rome was in control of the Mediterranean world then. All right? That is your reading for this week, or for this Wednesday anyway. And I hope that you enjoy, learn. Rome is a very important part of history. And certainly one of the most well-known empires that we have out there. And have a good day. See you tomorrow. Bye.